are about to go ahead and do an energetic tap in and just see what the Most High has in store for us today. All right, so today is September 20th. All right, so yeah, we're gonna roll the dice and we're gonna get into this energy read and see what we have. So this is going to be a quick read, and I'm happy for that. I'm happy that it's going to be a quick read. We got Mars, all right? We got Mars on the dice, and then we have the number 1, all right? So we're going to be talking about something that you desire, all right? Something that you are wanting to do, take action towards, all right? Or this is going to create some sort of like new beginning for you to start something, all right? Something that you've been wanting to do for a long time, all right? Something that you've been dreaming about, something that you feel like would give you a sense of balance, all right? So along on the dice, I'm also seeing the moon, which is where I picked up on this could be something about you having a dream. This is like a dream, all right? This is something that you really desire to do, all right? It could be something considered or concerning a relationship, because I also see Venus on the dice, all right? And then the 1, 2, 3, all right? So it's like some synchronicities going on here that I'm seeing just from the dice and not even getting into the cards. So yeah, let's see where you headed, what you got going on, what you finna do. All right, Most High God, thank you for protecting all of my chakras. Allow me to be a vessel to channel this message to the collective. Allow me to channel the message through love and light. All right, peace and prosperity. Thank you for protecting me against any evil, any negativity, in the mighty name of the Most High. In Jesus' name I pray, amen. All right, let's get into this real quick. This real quick message. One card. And we're going to clarify the one card a few times and then just see what we have. All right. Bottom of the deck, we do have the Death card, all right? So that is associated with Scorpio. The little arrow pointing down, that's associated with your soul, all right? So you may have gone through a lot of things within your journey of life from birth up until where you're at right now that you had to do a lot of work to heal on, all right? You had to do a lot of reflection, all right, on your path. And, you know, maybe you had to compare it to other people to see if you wanted to continue going in the same direction or if you wanted to take a different route, all right? But the Death card is all about allowing yourself to change, all right? Allowing yourself to change in those uncomfortable moments, all right? Those uncomfortable situations, those uncomfortable relationships, those uncomfortable family dynamics, all right? You have to allow yourself to grow and evolve past the social constructs, all right? The programming that people want you to be accustomed to, all right? Maybe you don't want to be a stereotype. You want to be something above and beyond that. So you have to transform, all right? You have to allow that old version of yourself to die out so that you can become something new. And that's essentially what the Death card is for, all right? Making way for the new version, the improved version, all right? The updated version of yourself. All right, so first card, only card, we're going to clarify it. All right, you're having to make some sort of change, all right? You're having to make some sort of decision, all right? And I'm getting that the decision is whether or not you're going to stay in your current path that you're in, all right? It's like Divine is saying, look at where you come from, look at the people around you. Is the life and the choices that they've made something beneficial to you or something that's detrimental to you, all right? So you are having to make this choice and resume on with activity after you've made the decision. All right, so the card that we got on the table right here, it's the Two of Swords, but we have her in reverse. All right, so this is all about balancing out your energy mentally. All right, with the Libra, you gotta find some sort of mental balance. All right, you gotta see beyond the illusions with this moon on there. Okay, you have to go within. All right, she's sitting there, swords crossed. All right, she's protecting her heart. She's trying to close her eyes so that she can think about this decision clearly. All right, she's pushing people off. The swords, don't come close because I'm trying to make some important changes for myself in my life, and if you come close I might have to cut you, type stuff. All right, we're gonna clarify this. All right, but that's what I'm picking up on. You're having to make a choice whether or not you're going to stay the same way that you are right now, or if you are going to actually make a change for the better so that you can start a new era of your life. All right, Divine, give me a little bit of clarification for the collective. All right, so bottom of the deck, we have the Page of Swords. All right, so once you make this decision, I feel like this is something that you are going to stick with until you actually see it grow, until you actually see the benefits of it. All right, you could have observed somebody else making some particular changes in their life and see how it's working out for them. All right, you could just be very observant of people around you in general and just kind of like taking note of what's going on, what's working and what's not. The reason why you are in this energy of getting ready to make a choice. All right, so the card we have is the Four of Pentacles. All right, this is somebody who's working on, being grounded within their finances. All right, somebody who is working on having a sense of stability and protection because of their finances. All right, because they want to make decisions about where they're going to work, where they're going to put their energy, so that that reward from making the right choice can be like a sense of protection for them. All right, so this person is, there's Four Pentacles. There's one on top of his head, one in his lap, and then there's two on his feet. So this person's trying to make sure that everywhere that they walk, everything that they think, everything that they're doing from their instincts is going to be something that is going to be beneficial for them. All right, you could be also in this energy with the Four of Pentacles, like guarding your energy. All right, allowing yourself to be so safe and secure in what you're building that you have to protect your energy from other people. All right, we're gonna do one more quick clarification and then we'll do a few oracle cards. All right, so you've been through a lot. All right, you've been through a lot of spiritual challenges. All right, you've had to fight a lot of battles. Some people know about these battles, some people don't know about these battles. All right, you've done as much as you could. It's like you're right at that point to where you could be getting ready to see a breakthrough, or you're ready to experience a breakthrough. All right, this person is kind of like guarded energetically, all right, because of all of the trials and the tribulations that they had to face. All right, but because they faced it head on and they didn't give up, it's like they have this experience of being a fighter. Because they have this experience of being a fighter, they now stronger than what they were when they first started, having to come up against these different attacks. All right, whether it's spiritual or whether it's physical. All right, this person has embodied some sort of strength. All right, they are pretty much untouchable, but then sometimes you gotta watch out, because when you learn how to fight, then you think every time that something happens you gotta fight. All right, this person is skilled in winning battles, but you have to be sure not to put yourself into certain positions in certain situations to where you always have to be in this energy of fighting. All right, you gotta know what battles you need to take on and which ones you need to just let go. All right, bottom of the deck we have the Four of Wands. All right, So once you get to starting on this journey and you start moving through it, you're going to find this stability. Again, we have the Four of Pentacles. That's also about stability. All right. So the Four of Pentacles was about stability within your energy and finances. This is going to be about stability within your spirit. Okay. All right. So stability within your spirit. So you could be moving, you could be relocating. All right. You could be relocating somewhere, all right? You could be getting ready to find a partner, find a community, all right? People that's going to feed into your spirit in a positive way so that spiritually, all right, you're not feeling like you have to fight all the time. Like you're going to be able to rest, all right? You're going to be able to find a sense of comfort, a sense of peace within your spirit about this new path that you're ready to take, okay? So community will celebrate you, your partner gonna celebrate you, you gonna be able to celebrate you, and it's just gonna be something that feels good on a spiritual level. Was one of these flipped over? Okay, so this was the card. All right. So this is the card that kind of wanted to flip over too. So the Phoenix, all right? So you are moving into a new phase, all right? And you are just really ready to renew yourself, your mental, all right? You're ready to experience growth. You're ready to change your mindset. And that's the only way we can grow. We can't stay stuck in the same mindset forever thinking that things are going to change or things are going to get better. Like you have to expand your mindset, all right? You have to rise from the ashes and be ready to rekindle something new, all right? You have to be ready to mold into something different. Right. And so we have heartbroken. All right. So this is giving me an energy of, yeah, you may be heartbroken from having to make this change because it's going to be different. It's going to be something you've never experienced before. You're going to have to cut ties with a lot of people that you may have developed a deep emotional connection with. All right. So it's going to be difficult for you. It's going to be difficult for them. All right. This is what that Two of Swords is about. You're going to have to cut people off. All right. You're going to have to make a decision to cut people off, no matter how much you love them or how much you think they love you, or no matter how much y'all been through. You're going to have to make the decision to cut folks off where they're not serving you. If they're not pouring into you to be the highest version of yourself and they always keeping you stuck in the past, doing stuff that you ain't got no business doing, then those are the people you need to cut out. All right. If only you and your ancestors is your circle, then let that be your circle until you can't attract a new tribe. All right, so bottom of the deck, we have the roller coaster, all right, full of highs and lows, offs and ons, hots and colds, all right? So that could be like your path, all right? Maybe you felt like you had to fight so many battles in the spirit and in the physical because you maybe kept recycling back to your old behaviors, your old circles, your old thinking, all right? You could have had a lot of hot and cold, all right? You never really fully invested in moving towards the direction that would be the most beneficial for you, all right? So you could have had a lot of hot and cold moments about you actually wanting to become this person, all right? But the other card that popped out was graduation day, all right? Graduation day is all about you learning the lesson completely, all right? Whatever lesson that you sitting here and you thinking about and you contemplating on moving away from, all right? You making that decision and moving on to a new era, that's your graduation day, all right? Once you decide, all right, once you decide to level up and acquire that wisdom from your past and your patterns, and you see how it's working for you and how it's not working for you and how you're going to apply that to your future self, is how you ascend, all right? mentally, spiritually, physically, financially. All right, it's a graduation day for you. So yeah, it's up to you. It's up to you. You want to keep staying on the loop of being the hot and cold, things working out a little bit, but then not working out, and then working out. What you gonna do to fix the loop? All right, bottom of the deck, we have storms. Dark clouds are gathering. Prepare for challenges ahead, but remember, storms always pass. All right, so like I said, it may not be easy. All right, you may have to go through a grieving process. All right, that's what happens at funerals when people die. All right, they go through a grieving process. You might have to grieve your old life. All right, your old situations. You may have to grieve it, but when it's all said and done and you've graduated, you're going to be filled with a new sense of joy. You're going to be filled with a new sense of life. All right, you're going to be celebrating differently. All right, you're going to be looking at life with a certain type of clarity, wishing that you probably would have made this change a lot longer. All right, it's going to be moments worth celebrating. Moments worth celebrating. All right, marriage, success, victory, joy, stability within your spirit. Stability within your spirit is priceless. Let me tell you, it's priceless. But that's all I got for this reading. I will see you in the next one. Bye.